on this special episode of the Zodiac podcast. What originally was supposed to be a review, prediction, and live reaction, not in that order, of course, of Crown Jewel 2024 has now become a prediction and review. I will not be doing a live reaction because I cannot post the videos. Something I didn't think about prior to making this video, but that's okay. But again, this will be just the predictions and the review of Crown Jewel 2024. You don't want to miss this episode. This is the Zodiac podcast. Hello and good morning, everybody. This is the Zodiac, and this will be a very special episode of the Zodiac podcast. Crown Jewel is upon us. Normally, I wouldn't give a shit, but there's a lot going on. We got a couple of champion versus champion matches that I'm actually kind of invested in. However, I've been a horrible fan lately. I'm not up to date except for what I've seen online with SmackDown and Raw. I'm a horrible fan. I go through spurts where I forget to watch. That's fine, and I play catch up on the PLEs. So that being said, a little early for PLE, but then again, they're in Saudi Arabia and they're like a million hours ahead of us. But I came prepared. I did from downstairs, so I don't have to make a trip later. I brought some sodas. They don't sponsor me. I wish they did. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool if they did. But it is what it is. Also, they taste the same, even though they're not the real name brand. But the Walmart knockoff Kit Kat, and I'm guessing it's a Snickers bar. I never check. I don't care. And finally, a bag of chips. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am a fat kid. I don't fucking care. But I do need to go to the gym though. Oh, I do. And for the occasion, I'm wearing my Macho Man Randy Savage shirt because it's the only wrestling shirt that I have that actually fits. So again, I'm a fat kid. But I will not be doing this live. I'm going to edit my live reactions on the videos per match. Some of the matches I'm not even invested in, and you'll know which ones I'm talking about here in a minute. But going forward, let's go ahead and share the screen because I'm going to post this on my TikTok here in a bit, like I always do. If it'll show it. Come on. Yeah, let's get the share screen. Okay, what the fuck happened? It was here earlier. What happened? Nope. God damn it. Well, fuck it. I'll just read it off this side of the screen. That's fine. They had them in order for, I guess, from main event to the opening match. So these will not be in the correct order as far as I know. And I will be giving my picks. And then my bold predictions. I do that every PLE, and I'm batting 500 on that one. Speaking of batting 500, I want to say congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers for winning the World Series. And it just didn't look like the Yankees deserved to be there. They just looked like complete ass from what I saw. And the blow a 5-run lead in the fifth inning of the fifth game could have been worse. It could have been a 6-run deficit in the sixth inning in the sixth game. That would have been poetic, but it is what it is. All right. So going forward, like I said, I'll be doing my predictions, my live reactions to certain things, and it'll be reactions that I think deserve the pomp and circumstance, and then the review of the show after the fact, like I always do. Except this review will be a little bit different. Everything will be attached on one podcast / video. Um, and those that are watching the podcast on YouTube will have the benefit of seeing the reaction versus like hearing me like, oh my god, you know. So I highly encourage the YouTube channel at this point. Um, the first match I have on here is a women's tag team fatal four way. It's Jade and Bianca versus Sane and Sky versus Legend and Jackson versus Green and Niven. Um, again, I'm not invested in the women's tag um division. It feels like they just throw people together. I am not a fan of Bianca Belair. I think she's a bad fit for Jade. Jade is still a little green in the ring. Um, that being said, I don't know a whole lot about Legend and Jackson. Of course, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are there just for the comic relief. You know, they're kind of the jobbers that might have a shot but don't. My pick for this one is going to be Kerry Zane and Io Sky. I think Jade and Bianca have had their time with the belt. It's time to give it to somebody else. I do have a bold prediction about this match, and I'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, again, I picked Sane and Sky to win this match. The U.S. Championship match was a triple threat match between LA Knight, yeah, Andrade, and Michael. I'm not Michael PSA's. Wow, dude's fucking retired. Carmelo Hayes. Wow, that I just dated myself with that one. Um, I don't think that LA Knight has had a long enough title run with that belt. If anything, I could see him losing that maybe at the Rumble, maybe. But for tonight, I see LA Knight winning this match and continuing his U.S. title reign. Damn, I had a bowl of cereal before I recorded, so I learned in drama class growing up that you don't drink milk before you do any kind of recording or any kind of love kissing scene because you build up the phlegm. So should have known better. Little fun fact there. Anyway, back to the picks. We got Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I saw this coming a long time ago. This was just a matter of time before this blew over. Um, I do think Randy's at a point in his career where he doesn't really have to have a title run, but he's at the point where he can push people. Granted, Kevin Owens doesn't need a push, but it would be, you know, at this point in his career to give good old Kevin Owens a push. So I'm definitely picking Kevin Owens to win this match. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be just a lot of tensions between Kevin Owens and Cody and Randy. I do foresee Randy versus Cody in the near future. Maybe WrestleMania. Maybe he wins the Rumble. I don't know. Maybe he has a match at the Rumble itself. Who knows? Um, Next we have Seth freaking Rollins versus Big Bronson Reed. This has been on and off going for what, a couple of months now. And I know Seth got his just desserts and his revenge not too long ago. But Bronson Reed's a big motherfucker. I mean, for me to say that, and I'm 6'5", 350, for me to say that, this dude's a fucking beast. Again, I just like with Randy Orton, I think Seth is at a point where he can push talent, and I don't think they're gonna have it to where Bronson Reed loses his match. He's got too much momentum now, and I'd like to see him get a title shot here pretty soon. If not for the Intercontinental, then at least for the world title. Um, so that being said, I'm gonna pick Bronson Reed to win this match. I have a feeling it's not going to be a clean match because Bronson is the heel, Seth is the face. I have a feeling it'll be something crazy, maybe a ref bump, or the ref is just not paying attention, a low blow or some shit like that. But I don't think it'll be a clean win, but it'll be a win nonetheless. Um, then we have the 6-man tag match versus they had on there Roman versus the Usos, and I'm like, fuck that, they're the old bloodline. So we got the old bloodline versus the new bloodline. I thought this story was over at WrestleMania. I really did. But apparently it was just a chapter. And it's gotten a little bit, but Solo as a heel tribal chief, I think is better than the Roman Reigns tribal chief heel run. But I have a feeling, and this will be in my bold predictions as well, that there'll be some outside interference in this match, and the new bloodline is going to win. And this is going to set up war games, I think, too. This is going to set up what is it, 4 or 5-person teams for, war Survivor Series war games. So I got a feeling that that's gonna be what's gonna happen there, but again, the New Bloodline will win this match. Um, then you got the women's match, the women's title match, champ versus champ, not title match, I'm sorry, but they do get, both the, men and women's champ. They don't get the belts, which I thought was kinda shitty, but they get, like, a Super Bowl-like ring, which you already know WWE Shop will be selling replicas of those, like, a month after, if not soon after. But you got Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. Just from what I've seen on TikTok and Facebook, um, I don't think they're gonna give it to Nia. I have not been impressed with Nia Jax's title run. I have not. Um, I think it's they just gave it to her because she's had it before, and then she got released, and then she came back. She's more dominant now, but she's got Tiffany Stratton in her corner, which of course Liv Morgan has Raquel. I always want to say Raquel Walsh, and I know that's not right. Raquel Rodriguez. So I have a feeling it's gonna be Liv Morgan, winning this match, but I have a feeling that there's gonna be something that happens in this match, and again, bold prediction is coming here in a bit, and I'm assuming this is the main event, the men's champion versus champion match. You got Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Now, here's the thing. Neither one of these men is going to lose this match clean. They're not gonna make the other look weak, especially when they're the champions, and they both have a lot of momentum going up into WrestleMania season, which is not too far from now. That being said, I have a feeling we're gonna have outside interference from somebody, have it be Goldberg, Bret Hart, Triple H, I don't know. We're gonna have outside interference, and I think Cody is gonna win this match via I have it in my bold prediction. I'm giving that away now. It'll be Cody winning by DQ for outside interference. Um, and again, it could be the bloodline that comes in. I don't know. Maybe The Rock is out for revenge and they may be setting up Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania. We don't know. You know, there's a lot going on. But again, they're not going to make either champion tap out or take a pinfall and make him look weak. So it's going to end in a DQ, which is going to piss off some fans. But at the end of the day, it's all about the booking, and you don't want your champions looking weak. Um, so yeah, those are my picks. Again, Sane and Sky winning the women's tag matches. LA Knight retaining his U.S. title match. KO going over Orton. Bronson Reed over Seth Rollins. The new bloodline over the old. Liv Morgan beating Nia, and then Cody by DQ over Gunther. Now, bold predictions. I said this last PLE, and I know it's coming. I hope it's coming. And it's Bianca will turn heel after the title loss. Excuse me, and will attack Jade Cargill. I feel like Bianca needs to have a fucking she's kind of a heel, but not really. I mean, no, I can't stand her, but that's just because I just don't like her. I've never liked her. She's kind of whiny. She's kind of entitled. Just don't like it. But I do think that Bianca will turn heel on after this loss. Excuse me, and she will attack Jade, thus making Jade the babyface. I think The Rock is going to cost the new bloodline their match. I think he's going to come out, or maybe his music just hits. You know, maybe he's saving it for the Cody match. I don't know. But I do think The Rock will interfere in some way. And then finally, even though I already said the Cody one, Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in tonight. I have on here on Nia, but I'm going to change that. I'm just going to put cashes in. That way it gives me better odds. Let me change this real quick. Okay, cool. All right. So again, Bianca turns heel. The Rock will cost the old bloodline the match. Tiffany will cash in, and Cody will win by DQ. I'm sure there'll be more surprises, and I'm trying to get this done before the show starts, which is in like 5 minutes. But I'm not really worried because, you know, I can always rewind it. It doesn't have to be live. So that being said, those are my predictions. Um, the live reactions to things I will be recording per match, not the entire thing. I'm not gonna go through 3 hours of film. Fuck that. That ain't happening. Um, but I definitely will record each match and then just kinda cut out the cool, um, reactions to things. So stick around. There is more to come, and I will see you during the show, and I hope you enjoy what is it? Crown Jewel. I haven't had my soda yet. I'm not even awake, and it's my weekend. I should still be sleeping technically, but anyway, I hope you enjoy Crown Jewel, and I hope you'll join me on this little adventure that I'm trying for the first time, and maybe more times. So I will see you momentarily. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not recording this until midnight. Actually, almost 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday because I had things to do, and I took a nap and lost track of time. And I did realize, as I was doing the live reaction that I wouldn't be able to post the video. So I scrapped the live reaction just because all you're seeing is me going, but there's no recollection of what's going on the screen. So going forward, I will not do live reactions of the show unless I have multiple people on. I'll just do predictions and then a review of said show. Like I said, the show's been over for what, hours now, and but to be fair, I did get my meal prep and my laundry done for the most part, so it was productive. But the show must go on. I got to finish this, um, and I will go over briefly each match and then give a grade at the end. I do want to go on record. I've said this before that I am not the biggest fan of the Saudi Arabia shows. I have no problem with them going overseas. Just some reason, and they seem to have had issues in the past with the Saudi Arabia shows that I don't know. Just I'm not the biggest fan. Excuse me, but I digress. The uh, the 6-man tag match between the old bloodline and the new bloodline. Um, that match was very slow at the beginning to the point where I almost did want to watch it. Um, yeah, I just that match was kind of slow. Then after a while, it picked up, just like any other match. There was an unnecessary ref bump that really had no relevance in the story. I thought maybe somebody would come out, interfere in the match, and they would just beat up on the good guys. Wasn't the case. Solo ends up giving Roman Reigns, I think, 3 Samoan spikes and wins clean. I was shocked. I thought for sure that the bad guys would win by cheating or doing something crazy, but to much avail, they won clean, and I got that match right. So I just thought there'd be some sort of outside interference, and there was none. So it was a decent match. I think this is one they could have saved for Survivor Series War Games. This just my opinion. Um, we did see Sammy come out after the match was over. He did inadvertently hit Roman Reigns with a kick. I don't know why, but I got a feeling we're going to see a Sami Zayn heel turn at War Games. That'll be setting up WrestleMania possibly. But it was a decent match. Like I said, they could have waited till War Games, but it is what it is. Um, Moving on to the women's fatal 4-way match. Again, with any kind of multiple people that's not a tag match, it was a little slow. It did build up to, after a while. Um, there was a spot later on in the match where Piper Niven was going for a splash on the top rope, and she hit Chelsea Green instead. Chelsea Green seemed to be the jobber in this match because she took a lot of the heat, which is fine. Um, at the end of the day, Jade and Bianca won the match. I didn't get that right. I thought for sure Io Sky and Kairi Sane would have won. They didn't. Oh well. Oh, I misspelled on my list here. I spelled Seth Rollins' name wrong. How could I have done that? Because I love the guy so much. Note the sarcasm. That being said, segue. The next match was Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. Um, If I'm not mistaken, this match started with a fight. Like Seth Rollins went right after Bronson Reed before the bell even rang. The bell didn't ring for the first 5 minutes of the match. It felt like. Finally, when it happened, Bronson Reed was just beating the living hell out of Seth Rollins, and then somehow Seth was able to turn the tide. Gave him a couple of curb stomps, including one um, from the top rope to end the match, and then he gave him one on the steel steps outside, which actually busted him open. Um, I had thought that Bronson would win this match, and unfortunately, Seth Rollins went over, which I don't agree with that. At least until I saw Bronson Reed's reaction after the match. He just stood there like, "That's all you got," and Seth Rollins is like, "Oh shit." So I think they're setting them up for kind of like what they did with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. They're going to have a series of matches leading up into maybe the Rumble, maybe WrestleMania. I don't know. I do know they have Seth as going up for the number one contender match on Raw, which will be in Saudi Arabia. I didn't know that, but I would have preferred Bronson Reed went over, but I think they have bigger plans for this rivalry. So I'm curious what's going to happen. Um, Decent match for what it was. Like I said, Bronson Reed was just whooping that ass, and then for some reason Seth just turned it around. Um, then you got Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax for the women's Crown Jewel title, which was explained before the match. The titles will not move with them; they will stay in Saudi Arabia at the WWE Experience, whatever they're calling it. But they get a Super Bowl style ring, which they showed at the end of the show, which is pretty cool. This match went exactly the way you thought it would. You know, it was all Nia for a while there, and then Tiffany came out to cash in. Nia was like, "What the fuck you doing?" And then Dirty Dom and Raquel Rodriguez showed up. They put in their 2 cents. Um, Dominic threw in the Money in the Bank briefcase into the ring, so the ref would be distracted. And then there was some interference. And then Liv hit the Oblivion on Nia, won the match 1, 2, 3. I had a feeling there would be some sort of outside interference, but unfortunately, Tiffany did not cash in. I have a feeling, I don't know why, I just got a feeling they're gonna wait for the right moment, maybe WrestleMania. I don't know. They might do a whole Seth Rollins heist of the year type of thing. I don't know, but um, they're both heel champions, which I guess Liv is the more heel of the two going into this. So, um, having the outside interference definitely made sense. Although they both had outside interference, just Liv had more numbers. So it was a decent match for what it was. I would have preferred a cash in, but you know, it'll come. I'm sure it'll come. Next was Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. This match never even got started, so my pick is null and void. Um, the ring never rang, the bell never rang. They just beat the living shit out of each other outside, and then KO put Randy on a table on the outside, and then a swanton, and then they called it. They were done. I'm like, well, okay. I didn't really see the point of it, but again, maybe they have bigger and better ideas going forward. They just wanted to give them a match to kind of showcase what they can do. But we've been watching them for years, so I don't know. Um, then we had the triple threat match for the U.S. Championship, which LA Knight. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I gotta do that justice. With LA Knight. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. At the beginning, it was just Andrade versus Carmelo for a minute. LA Knight was just like, fuck it, let them fight, which is smart. You know, as a champion in the triple threat, that's what you want to do. This match pretty much showcased what Andrade and Carmelo Hayes can do. LA Knight was just there as a spectator, as a champion. I think Andrade and Carmelo forgot that they were fighting for a title, not each other, which is why LA Knight won the match at the end. And I hadn't noticed this. I don't watch SmackDown very often, but instead of changing the entire title, they put the LA Knight logo in the strap. I think that's fucking genius. I like that. It's better than, doing the whole John Cena, let's make a whole new fucking belt that we'll have for like 10 years and then change it, whatever. You put their logo, well, yeah, they have their side plates with their logo on it, but you also have it on the strap. I think it's fucking genius. I like it. And I like to see that going forward. Um, it's at least on the mid card belts anyway. You know what I mean? Um, and since we're talking about that, let's bring back the old school Intercontinental belt. I do not like the new design. It sucks. It's horrible. It has no personality. It has no history. Bring back the old school. The one Cody Rhodes brought back when he was dashing Cody Rhodes or whatever his persona was at the time. Um, then we get to our main event, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. I honestly thought that Cody would win this via DQ, and this match went on for quite a while. It was back and forth, back and forth. Cody had bruises and cuts on his chest from the chops that Gunther was giving. But at the end of the day, Cody went over clean and beat Gunther, the first person to beat Gunther in the ring since he lost his IC title. In a sign of respect, Gunther did shake his hand at the end. I don't know how truthful that was, but yeah, Cody Rhodes won the men's crown jewel title, and him and Liv both went in the back. They had their ceremony. They put the belts into the vault, and they got their rings. Um, Again, I'm surprised that Cody went over the way he did. I thought for sure they would not make Gunther look weak. Um, but at the same time, Cody was able to reverse a sleeper into a pinfall. So it's doesn't really make him look weak. It just makes Cody look a little bit smarter and was prepared for said move because he literally dove into from a super Cody cutter, and then Gunther caught him and had him, and then Cody was able to roll over and get the shoulders down and get the pin. Um, I think they'd said that the next PLE was going to be War Games. Let me see when that will be. Sorry, I'm typing. I didn't think about this until just now. November 30th. Is that the weekend of Thanksgiving? Yes. Shit, that's the weekend of Thanksgiving. Okay, cool. And it's gonna be in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Interesting. Okay. So we won't be doing well, that's like 4 weeks away. Less than 4 weeks away. Um, so yeah, that'll be our next show, which will also be our next review. Um, you know, at the end of the day, this show, it wasn't great. It wasn't by any means a WrestleMania or even a SummerSlam or even Money in the Bank. Um, and I know my brother is just now catching up on WWE and he's barely at SummerSlam. And he has no idea the changes in the guard that are coming in that show with, I think Braun Breaker won the title that night. Oh no, I don't remember. Fuck, I don't remember if he won or not. Shit. I want to say he did, but I don't remember if they didn't give it to him until the Raw after. Um, he hasn't seen the Dirty Dom even bigger heel turn when he drops Rhea for Liv. And I think LA Knight also won the title that night too. I don't remember. I just know he's had it for a while. Um, with that being said, if I had to give this show a grade, it would I would give it a B, just because I could have done without the Bloodline match and the women's tag title matches. Those I just was not sold on those. I don't really care about the Bloodline story anymore, and that's just because I don't watch SmackDown all that much. The Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed, I get that. The champion versus champion matches, those I understand. The US title, that happened like right before the show. And then KO versus Randy Orton, it made sense because those two have been at Cody's side, and it was just a matter of time before one of them blew up. But I'm not gonna lie, I thought it'd be Randy Orton that would have done the heel turn. But no, Kevin Owens. Who knew? Um, like I said, I give this show a B. It was a decent show. Um, they had the two slowest matches at the very beginning. I would have preferred if they opened it with either the US title match, something to set the tone to get the crowd into it. I just like I said, I am not invested in the Bloodline story, nor am I invested in the women's the women's tag team belts. Goddamn, it's late. I should be asleep, but I'm not. Um, but yeah, like I said, B. It's a B. Not that great. Wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. Um, but that'll conclude this episode, the special episode of the John Zodiac podcast, with our predictions and review of Crown Jewel. I know below it says live reaction. Nah, not gonna happen because like I said, I realized that I can't show the video, so all they're gonna see is me going, "Oh my god, I can't believe he did that," and there's no video to reference it. So, and I don't want to get my podcast flagged for because they'll do it. WWE is notorious for flagging shit that's not appropriate or not copyrighted. So I'm okay with that. But that being said, that will conclude this review of Crown Jewel 2024. Um, Going forward, there will be both the video and the audio. I know in the past couple of months I haven't posted the video. It's just been like a video, but it's just the audio. It's just the logo, the new logo that's sitting right there. Um, but going forward, there will be the video. You'll get to see this face on video all the time. Um, but again, if you want to like, subscribe, and follow the podcast, you can find it as my voice cracks, and it does that every time I do the podcast. If you want to like, subscribe, and follow the podcast, you can do so on I forget where they are half the time. Um, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And then, of course, the video podcast is on YouTube. Just search the Josh Zodiac podcast. I did change the logo. It will be this logo you're looking for now, not the round one before that was very AI. This is AI too, but the other one was very AI. If you want to see me post possible news stories, memes, and just funny shit, you can go to the Facebook page, and that's also the John Zodiac podcast. TikTok, same thing. I just post stupid shit, or I'll post my predictions on there and see how people react. And I'm probably gonna do a video at one point. My the Royal Rumble 2020 when Edge came out, number 21, my reaction video. That video that I've had on TikTok for maybe 2 years now, maybe 2 years, and it's just under 800,000 views, which by far is the most watched video I've ever done. Um, and if you can see in the crawl down below, if you have any questions for the show, just email me at thejashzodiacpodcast@gmail.com. I will have a segment where I'll have a question. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm open to questions. Anything you want to ask or any topics you want to talk about, we can talk about them. And of course, if you want to support the podcast monetarily, Cash App and Venmo. Cash App is $ Josh Zodiac, and Venmo is at Josh Zodiac. Once again, this is the Josh Zodiac, and this is the Josh Zodiac podcast. I know it's very repetitive. Sometimes I forget. But I want to thank you for joining me on this review of Crown Jewel. I hope to see you next time. I know you have a choice when it comes to podcasts. I'm glad you chose mine. Get those likes out there, guys. Let me know that, and send me comments, stuff, just send me some feedback. I really, really, really appreciate it. With that being said, I am the Josh Zodiac. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope you join me in the future. May the force be with you.